This is 106.1 KYVZ. Good Thursday morning. Visiting now with meteorologist Chris Sramek. Chris, we have kind of an interesting next few days of weather shaping up across the high plains, with the headline today being a winter weather advisory that's in place at least through the overnight and early tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Joe, we got a low pressure system that's now, you're looking here on the surface map, approaching just east or west of Santa Fe. And computer models are suggesting that's going to take a track pretty much straight eastward across the Texas Panhandle and towards Oklahoma City. If that thing moves a little farther north or south, that influences the weather here. But it does have us in that east-southeasterly trajectory this morning of the winds, pumping the Gulf moisture in, and thus we have the fog. Temperatures are in the middle to upper 20s across the tri-state area, with the warmer being to the east, and they're all below freezing with a half-mile to quarter-mile visibilities along I-70 and northward, and then to the east of Highway 83. So with those temperatures below freezing here this morning, just a little bit of moisture, whether it turns into some heavier, drizzly stuff you can get on your windshield or collect on the surface, that could cause some slickness. And then we got this low pressure that's going towards Santa Fe. It's got that moisture pumping into it. It is fog in the Texas Panhandle, now coming into southeastern Colorado. When that low starts putting energy into southwestern Kansas, southeastern Colorado, those areas down there, it will change over to snow this afternoon. It's not forecasted to reach the tri-state area until this evening and during the overnight hours, where we will see the bulk of our potential snowfall. With that track, that also means it'll be lighter to the north. So you got them, half inch, 1 inch type amounts out there in the Nebraska Highway 34 area, Kansas-Nebraska border, and then you get down to the interstate, and you got that 2-3 inch type amounts, and you start seeing the heavier stuff down there in southwestern Kansas, closer to that Oklahoma border. Dodge City, Garden City, Wichita is probably where some of that heavier precipitation and wintry mix will be setting up. So if you're traveling, that's kind of the outlook here for the next 24 to 36 hours. And then what we got right behind this system is, as we're talking, temperatures may not get above freezing here this afternoon. Some places they could go 33, 34. And that's why we got the winter weather advisory with this fog and that converting over into the afternoon. So there could be some spits of some fog, snow and sleet. And then it's transitioning to this low this evening, tonight, and tomorrow morning. So that when we're looking at that thing coming, there's another one that's going to be coming right behind it. This one is stronger in pressure and has the potential of taking this similar track, because we got an El Nino pattern set up. That means you get in that Texas, Oklahoma, where the main jet's going, through the southeast and eventually the mid-Atlantic and East Coast. That's where those storms are headed once they leave here. So that next one will be coming right behind it. It looks like Sunday night and Monday for us. We can expect winter highlights once again. This one is stronger, so the potential is there for heavier snow. So we could be up there in that 3, 4, 5 inch type range, depending on the track. Wind gusts up there 40, 45 miles per hour. Could be very similar to what we saw on Christmas. So that's the next one we're going to watch. You got the highlights and people talking about that here. Started yesterday, and we'll be dealing with that as we go into tomorrow and over the weekend. So got quite a weather pattern set up here. Temperature-wise, we're probably just going to be hovering in these upper 20s, low 30s. And if you look longer term behind that, it looks like we could see 3, 4 of these next week and into the following weekend. All that's going to do is keep pulling colder air further south. We got the Arctic opening up, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get into that third week of the month towards next weekend, we could see below zero temperatures for sure, maybe even some Arctic air where we're talking way below zero, and the wintry weather keeps coming. What it does in that scenario is that track will be further south, so you can see the ice storms in Oklahoma, Texas, and we would be in those 2, 3, 4 inch type hits of snow every second or third day.
My goodness, sounds like you and I will have quite a few things to discuss over the next several weeks.
Yeah, we'll get acquainted here doing these live broadcasts once again, and lots of wintry weather through probably all the way through the end of January.
That's meteorologist Chris Sramek joining us here this morning on 106.1 KYVZ.